simulations, climate modeling, nuclear research, and get this, powerful weapons development. Kind of scary, isn't it? And it does it all in 3D. Now, sometimes people knowing that there's this very powerful computer, you can actually see it and touch it and see it's working. Maybe that's the most powerful thing there is. Do you suppose so? I don't think so. There's something far more powerful than a powerful computer that we cannot see. It's love. It's joy. It's God. So you can't see love. You can't see happiness. You can't see joy. But we know it's there. It happens to us all the time. And you have to have it in order to have a fulfilling, happy life, no matter what you're doing. So when we learn to love unconditionally, we must first understand what it is that we're being unconditional about. You might say, I don't want to love everyone unconditionally. There are some people that I just can't stand. That's okay. You're allowed to do that. What about people who have done horrible things? That does happen. And yet, to love unconditionally is something that we must do in order to live happy lives of our own. Now, have you ever really liked or even loved someone and really didn't like some things they were doing? Let's say you've just cleaned, you vacuumed your living room, you mopped the kitchen floor, everything is perfectly straight, you ironed the curtains, everything is perfect. And your son comes in from football playing and flops with him. Anyway, are you going to hate him? No. He's your son, you love him, even though he just messed up all the things you did. Now, over here, I don't know if you can see it, you don't have to, there's a television and a CD tape player. And, well, actually, I just bought a new flat screen television that I love. But I don't love everything that's on television. Am I going to blame the television for broadcasting terrible things I don't like? Of course not. Because it's up to me to turn on what it is that I do like. Now, what about you? How much do you love yourself? How much self-love do you feel? Many people have been programmed to equate self-love with selfishness. But self-appreciation is not the same as selfishness. By saying love everyone unconditionally, that includes yourself. It points to self-esteem and self-appreciation. It's essential for one's mental health. So I think we all know some people who just seem to radiate love. You walk into the room, they just sort of ooze love and joy and happiness. You smile just thinking about them. Maybe you're one of them. Could be. Now, I'm sure you've read and heard about the research that's shown people who are in happy, healthy relationships, or people who meditate, people who have a nice spiritual background, spirituality within themselves. They're happier people, and they tend to live longer than people who don't. Now, there's a commercial that's on television all the time. You probably have seen it 100 times, as I have. You know, the Dunkin' Donuts commercial, where there's this sort of nerdy young man with a nice-looking young woman walking along together. And he says, if mint makes the hot chocolate cool, if I drink the mint hot chocolate, will that make me cool? You've seen that commercial? And the woman's, well, no. And every time I see that commercial, I want to rewrite it. I want to rewrite it to have spiritual truths. And I want to tell him, that being cool, being a powerful person doesn't come from the outside. It doesn't come from drinking Dunkin' Donuts mint chocolate. Being cool, your greatness, doesn't come from somebody else. It's already there. It's already within you. So this coolness, the greatness, is expressed as love and joy and happiness. And it's all there just for the taking, just for the asking. It's all there. You don't have to go someplace else. So this coolness is your own greatness. It's God, isn't it? It's a spiritual idea. The spiritual idea of you is whole and it's perfect. And spiritual ideas of perfection can never change. The spiritual ideas are always there. I read something recently about, it was a little article about 5 regrets that people who are dying are expressing. And I'm not going to tell you about all 5, but one of them is regretting that they didn't allow themselves to be happier. It's just the same old thing. The same old thing today, the same old thing yesterday, just blah, 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 blah. Not allowing themselves to be happy. But the way this was stated, they said it in the right way. They were not allowing themselves to be happy. No one else can make you happy and no one else can make you unhappy. It's your own personal choice to be happy and to be joyous. There's a religious science saying that in fact, many ministers use this as topics for a talk, called happiness is an inside job, meaning inside you. There's also a religious science saying called yesterday ended last night. So, your joy and your happiness is within you. And this season of Christmas, it just spews out all over everybody and everything. So when you hear all the carolers singing Joy to the World this season, the world that they're singing about, Joy to the World, is your world. It's my world. It's the world of happiness and joy and love for you, for everyone. So I wish you folks joy in your world tonight and every other time. And this ends tonight's talk. And we'll